According to Canada's 2011 National Household Survey, there were 1,053,945 Muslims in Canada, or about 3.2% of the population, making Islam the second largest religion in the country after Christianity. In the Greater Toronto Area, 7.7% of the population is Muslim, and in Greater Montreal, 6% of the population is Muslim. Currently, Islam is the fastest growing religion in Canada due to immigration and high fertility rates. In 1871, Canadian census found 13 European Muslims among the population. The first Canadian mosque was constructed in Edmonton in 1938, when there were approximately 700 European Muslims in the country. The building is now part of the museum at Fort Edmonton Park. In the late 1960s and early 1970s, Muslims began to arrive in significant numbers, after the removal of European immigration preferences. According to the Canadian census of 1971, there were 33,000 Muslims in Canada. In 1981, the census listed 98,000 Muslims. The 1991 census indicated 253,265 Muslims. By 2001, the Islamic community in Canada had grown to more than 579,000. Estimates for the census 2006 pointed to a figure of 800,000. As of May 2013, Muslims account for 3.2% of the total population, with a total of over 1 million, and Islam has become the fastest growing religion in Canada. The majority of Canadian Muslims live in the provinces of Ontario and Quebec. According to the 2011 National Household Survey, there were 424,925 Muslims living in the Greater Toronto Area, equaling 7.7% of the total metropolitan population. It consists of people, especially a large number of Muslims of Pakistani, Bangladeshi, Indian, Iranian, and Egyptian or Arab descent. Greater Montreal's Muslim community was 221,040, nearly 6%, in 2011, of the total metropolitan population, which includes a highly diverse Muslim population from Western or Southern Europe, Caribbean, North Africa, the Middle East, and the Indian subcontinent. Canada's national capital, Ottawa, hosts many Lebanese, South Asian, and Somali Muslims, where the Muslim community numbered approximately 65,880, 5.5%, in 2011. In addition to Toronto, Ottawa, and Montreal, nearly every major Canadian metropolitan area has a Muslim community, including Vancouver, 73,215, where more than a third are of Iranian descent, Calgary, 58,310, Edmonton, 46,125, Windsor, 15,575, Winnipeg, 11,265, and Halifax, 7,540. In recent years, there has been rapid population growth in Calgary and Edmonton, because of the booming economy. Muslim immigrants have come to Canada for a variety of reasons. These include higher education, safety and security, employment, family reunification, religious and political freedom, leaving behind civil wars, persecution, and other forms of civil and ethnic strife. In 1980, Lebanese Muslims arrived in Canada for Lebanese Civil War. In 1990, Somali Muslims arrived in the wake of the Somali Civil War. Bosniaks settled in Canada for the breakup of the former Yugoslavia. A significant number of Iraqis arrived for the Iraqi War. However, almost every Muslim country in the world has sent immigrants to Canada, from Pakistan, Bosnia and Herzegovina and Albania to Yemen and Bangladesh. Bosniaks and Albanian Muslims were the founders of Jami Mosque, the first mosque in Toronto in 1968. Islamic Foundation of Toronto, founded in 1969 at Toronto, Ontario, Canada. It is an Islamic community center, mosque with prayer hall and accompanying religious services, educational institution and social services facility. Jami Abu Bakr Siddiq was built in 1970 in Scarborough. It is also an Islamic school. Calgary Islamic Center was built in 1975 in Calgary. It is the Calgary's first purpose-built masjid. Islamic Cultural Center of Quebec City, an organization dedicated to meeting the spiritual, social, and economic needs of the Muslim community, was built in 1985. Masjid an-Noor is the first mosque in the city of St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador, built in 1990. The Baitul Islam Mosque of Vaughan, north of Toronto, was inaugurated on October 17, 1992. Beit Rahman Mosque was built in Vancouver in 2005. It is situated on roughly 3.75 acres of land, and has a covered area of 33,419 square feet. Baitul Noor is the largest mosque in Canada, built in Alberta, Calgary, in 2008. The first Madrasa Islamic Seminary in Canada, Al Rashid Islamic Institute, was established in Cornwall, Ontario, in 1983, to teach Hafiz. However, there are approximately 250 mosques and Islamic centers in Canada. One of the first Islamic internet radio station, Canadian Islamic Broadcasting Network, was started in 2019.
Ya Rahman, Ya Hawi, Ya Mahmud, Ya Qasim.
There are halal restaurants across Canada, including over 400 in the Greater Toronto area. Majid Johari, Liberal MP for Richmond Hill. Ali Asasi, Liberal MP for Willowdale. Omar Al-Gabra, Liberal MP for Mississauga Centre. Salma Atalajan, Conservative Senator for Ontario. Mobina Jaffer, Liberal Senator for British Columbia. Rahim Jaffer, Conservative MP for Edmonton Strathcona, in 1997 to 2008, first Muslim MP elected in Canada. Mariam Mansef, Liberal MP for Peterborough, Kawarta, first Muslim Cabinet Minister. Yasmin Ratansi, Liberal MP for Don Valley East. Arif Varani, Liberal MP for Parkdale, High Park. Dr. Iqbal Ahmed, world-renowned ophthalmologist, educator, inventor, and innovator, recipient of the Top 40 Under 40 Award in 2009. Faisal Kuti, famous lawyer, writer, and human rights activist. Irshad Manji, the author of The Trouble with Islam Today. Omar Sakidina, anchorman, CTV. Haroon Sithaki, famous newspaper journalist. Farah Nasher, anchor, Global News. Janella Massa, journalist of City News. Rahil Raza, author, public speaker, anti-racism activist. Nazim Kadri, ice hockey player. Sami Jain, WWE wrestler. Muhammad Abdul Karim Ali, author of The Angry Queer Somali Boy. Hassan Namia, novelist, writer of famous book, God in Pink. Danny Ramadan, award-winning novelist for The Clothesline Swing. Kamlal Soleili, author of Intolerable, a memoir of extremes. Ingrid Matson, a professor of Islamic studies and an interfaith activist. Ahmed Kuti, scholar of the Islamic Institute of Toronto. Hamid Slimi, founder of Seda Khadija Center in Mississauga. Dr. Zijad Delik, former executive director of the Canadian Islamic Congress,